Okay guys, so these are the ingredients we're going to be using. Here I have a chicken fryer. It is 5.3 pounds. Here I have some butter. It's not an exact measurement, but I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to use it. We have some pepper and some salt. We have 3 lemons, and this is 1 small white onion. You can use yellow onion as well. It's fine. Here we have some sprigs of rosemary. We won't be using all of them, but I will tell you how many we do end up using. Here's some all-purpose flour, and then here is 1 garlic. The flour is for the gravy. Now, for the gravy, I do use the drippings from the chicken, but sometimes the drippings from the chicken is too oily for me and I don't really care for it. So what I always have on hand is some chicken broth. Now, it doesn't have to be the box. The reason why I have a box is because I actually stock this in my pantry. So I have boxes of chicken broth, beef broth, and vegetable broth. But if you have a little can that they sell at your grocery store, even the dollar store, it's totally fine. You can use that too. You don't have to necessarily go buy the box. But let me go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so here I have my chicken. I have cleaned her, I rinsed her from the inside and around, and I dried her very, very well. So here she is. I'm going to set my oven to 425. You're going to set it to 425. Okay, now while that is preheating, we're going to go ahead and prep her. Okay, so we're going to turn her around with her ass up in the air. Okay, all right, so we're going to season her from the inside with salt and pepper. Okay, and then into here we're going to add the onion. So I cut it in half. So I cut the onions in half. We're going to stuff those in there. So we're going to cut the other one in a quarter size, the other half of it. So here's my garlic. I cut it in half. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there like this. We're just going to use that half. I actually have the other little pieces, which is fine. I'm just going to throw her in like that. And this is what you're doing is called aromatics. It's going to give the flavor from in and out. Now, I do see a lot of recipes for people who put it in a crock pot. I do not like roast chicken in a crock pot. Not a fryer like this. Or pot roast. I don't like it. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And you're going to literally see how easy it is. How easy it is. How quickly this cooks. And it is so delicious. So, alright. So we stuffed her up. Okay, so we're going to flip her back around just like this. See, so you want to have her like this. Okay, and then we're going to tuck her in. So you're going to get the wings just like this, and you're going to flip them in like that. Okay, so you're going to tuck her in like that. You see that? Let me show you on this side. Just going to flip it. That's it. Okay. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can get some string, and you get some cooking string, and you can tie her up like this. But yeah, I don't mess with that, so I'm not gonna go and look for some cooking string. So there we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen the skin up. See, just like this. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get some of the butter. Okay, just grab some on your hand. You're going to stuff some in here like this. Kind of like a turkey, if you do this with your turkey. Okay. You're just going to rub her down real nice. Just like that. Right, so now you're going to salt her really good. Pepper, I can do that as well. How much pepper is totally up to you. This part with this pepper and the butter and the salt, that's all up to you how much to put. Okay, like that. Get a little bit more butter. Fine. Nice and buttery. Okay. Put this back in there. Okay. Okay. Now this is where you're gonna grab your rosemaries. Okay. So you can put one. Just kind of shove them in there. Now you don't have to use rosemary. You can use thyme. Rosemary or thyme usually works for me. I put 3 already. 3, 4, 5. I guess I put all of them. Okay. All right. So she's good. And now I'm going to move her. I'm going to transfer her to a roasting pan. Okay. So this is a roasting pan. Just like this. And it's the roasting pan, and it actually came with this wire rack. Now this is the exact same roasting pan I use for my turkey, which that's a whole other different video later in the year. Now if you don't have one of these roasting racks, it's fine. You don't go out and buy one. What you can do is you can get some foil, roll them up into balls, line them up like this. You could probably go with 6 or 7 or maybe 8. Just kind of roll them to balls. Put them at the bottom of your casserole dish. You can use a casserole dish like where you make your enchiladas or lasagna, something deep. And then you could put the chicken on top. This is how I make it. I've had this roasting pan already for years. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to slice up our lemons. The prep time on this, trust me, does not take long at all. It just seems long right now because I'm showing you. But you can easily prep this, make it, have it in the oven while you make your sides. And then by the time you're finished making your other sides, depending on what you're making, this is ready. You're going to see how quick it is to make. So we're going to put our lemons around. Put one inside if you want, just like that. Make it look pretty. Okay. Do it just like that. I could put a big one right there. It's fine. Okay. So this is it. I'm gonna put another one right here. Okay. Now my oven has already been preheated and it's already ready for me. It is at 425. So I'm gonna put it in the oven and I'm gonna show you how it looks. So my chicken is ready. It's already out of the oven. I have it sitting over here. I put a foil, like a tent foil over it, just to kind of let it rest for just a little bit. Now I have my pan here. I'm going to start making my gravy. This is the pan I am using. So this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to grab actually just a little bit of oil, just like that. Okay. You're going to add in your flour. Just add a little bit. What you're going to do is you're going to cook that down, okay? Now you're going to grab some of this liquid. Just like that. turn it down. You don't want it to get to a boil. Just add a little bit of salt. And some pepper. Taste it really quick. Let's add some more salt. Broth. My mom showed me, my mother-in-law showed me. I finally learned my mother-in-law's way. And this is how she does it. Of course, her gravy is flawless. Like, you don't see, like, she used, because you don't, it doesn't take her as long to break up the flour because she uses a flour sifter. So she breaks up the flour real fine. I don't have one of those because it's not something I use. You know what I mean? So I resort to the old school way. Okay. And that's it. There's my gravy. I'm going to try it. That's perfect. See how thick that is? Okay. So this took an hour and a half to cook in the oven. This is how my chicken looks. She's nice and crispy. Now, if you had those ties that you could put in the oven, she would look like this. This is the onion that burned along with the rosemary. It's just the tips. Here is where I had the lemons. I already took them out. I let it sit while I made the gravy. Now, if you want to know it's ready, you want to stick a fork in between the leg and the breast, like right in between here. And if the juices run out clear, that means your chicken is ready. But you do want to let it sit for just a little bit so that the chickens can go, so you don't have the juices running everywhere. But there's my gravy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is how I like to make my roast chicken, and I hope you guys give it a try. Thank you guys for watching. Give it a thumbs up.